Hello everybody and welcome back to another commentary. Again, blowing your eardrums out as always. Just a weekly showing of eardrum blowing outage. We are in Orlando from 2016, January 23rd from 2016. Video credit goes to General Hobbies. This is going to be a great show. I'm very excited. And as you see, we are about to get right into the action. Got a lot of great drivers here. This is from the FS1 Championship Tour. We've got War Wizard driven by Shane Freed, Jim Kohler in Avenger, Brad Allen in Brutus, Becky McDonough in El Toro Loco, Matt Cody in Black Stallion, Adam Anderson in Gravedigger, Brian Wright in Hooked, Dustin Brown in Monster Mutt Junkyard Dog, David Smith in King Crunch, Lindsey Wink in the Lucas Oil Crusader, Tom Nentz in Max D, Damon Bradshaw in Monster Energy, Michael Vodders Jr. in Overkill Evolution, Steven Sims Jr. in Pirate's Curse, Stonecrusher driven by Steve Sims, and Chad Fortune in Soldier Fortune. We are excited. The fireworks are going off, and Monster Jam's about to begin here in Orlando. The good old days when they would just go around and around on this beautiful circular track. There's also this guy, General Hobbies, actually took pictures during some of the things that were happening too, and he incorporated that throughout the commentary, well, throughout the video, which I thought was a really good idea. I thought that was a fun thing to throw in there. I miss Monster Jam, and I can't wait for my next stadium show, but sadly, it's probably going to have to wait until MetLife Stadium all the way out in June. So, next show will be in Newark. That's coming in about 3 weeks. Can't wait for that show. Gonna get to see Tristan England and Earthshaker. Not Newark, Uniondale. In Uniondale in just a few weeks. So exciting. But Monster Jam, the season's gonna begin very soon, and I cannot wait. As you see some pictures that General Hobbies took here, just gonna show pictures. Stonecrusher, beautiful truck. I'm just gonna let you guys kind of enjoy the pictures while they're up there, and then I'll commentate over the rest of the show. Before we get into the racing competition, we have the donut competition for the drivers that did not qualify for the racing competition. That is a total of 8 trucks. Steven Sims in Pirate's Curse, he's got the MagnaFlow collectors on there, so this truck sounds a little better, but he's going over! And Pirate's Curse is on its lid. Steven Sims is going to get a 26 to kick off this donut competition. Next up, we have Shane Freed in War Wizard. I remember War Wizard back in its Randy Moore days. Randy Moore was such a good driver of this truck. Throwing it into his donut as well, trying to beat a 26 that was put up by Pirate's Curse. Very interesting exhaust system that he's running as well. And he's still getting it going. Not as fast as Pirate's Curse had it, though, so we probably won't get as high of a score. But it's a good donut out of War Wizard. It's going to be a 25 for Shane Freed. Oh, I guess he's still going. Okay. He's keeping his donut going. Still, it's a 25 for War Wizard. Next up is Brad Allen and Brutus. Trying to take the lead out of Steven Sims Jr.'s hands. I'm really excited for this commentary. I've been excited for this one all week, knowing that we've got Orlando 2016. Orlando always gets a great show. I was there this year. It was an amazing show, so I'm excited. And Brad Allen and Brutus, we know Team Scream can get some good donuts. Let's see what he can do. Throwing it into some cyclones right now. What an impressive donut out of Brad Allen. That's going to get him a 30. So Brutus is your current leader. Steve Sims and Stonecrusher, the next truck out. Oh boy, the engine really stalls and gives out there. He's going to keep it going though, but that engine is really not giving him an inch. but he manages to pull together a pretty solid donut. It's going to be an 18 for Steve Sims, but Brutus still sits in that hot seat. Sorry for no score to beat during this donut competition. I didn't really have the time during the week to put it together. It's just been a nice long week that I've been able to kind of just relax. But once next weekend comes along, you will have those score to beats thrown into the commentary. And for next year, when the 2019 Monster Jam season is upon us, I have a lot of great plans for these shows, so I'm really, really excited for that. Now Jim Kohler, an Avenger, the guy who got 0 points in the 2015 FS1 series, is throwing it into some classics like clones like Jim Kohler knows how to do. Jim Kohler is simply the legend of the donut. What a phenomenal donut out of Jim Kohler. It's a 37. He is your new leader, taking down his teammate, Brad Allen and Brutus. Not too many trucks left to go, though. We are winding it down, and Jim Kohler is looking to stay in that hot seat for long enough. But next up is Becky McDonough in El Toro Loco, this beautiful old yellow El Toro Loco that I definitely miss. She's got those MagnaFlow headers on there too, the collectors. So a lot of these guys are rocking those MagnaFlow collectors. The truck sounds even better with those on them than regular collectors. Oh boy, but it looks like her rear steering's not going in the right direction. That's definitely not going to help her out. But she's still going, keeping a good donut. A good donut out of Becky McDonough. It's a 26. But now we will enter the racing competition. We have Gravedigger taking on Monster Energy. We're in the semifinal round of racing. The first round is not shown here. We're just going to hop right into the second round of racing. These are the semifinals. Damon Bradshaw and Adam Anderson, two amazing racers head-to-head going into the final turn. Down to the wire, but Bradshaw goes a little bit too tight. And Adam Anderson in Gravedigger is winning this race, going to the final round. And Damon Bradshaw has been knocked off of his perch. The next race, we have Hooked and Max D. Tom Mentz going for a win. Here, going to try to go to the final round of racing. Tom Mentz, we know, can go really fast and really far. But Brian Wright is definitely keeping his own. But Tom Mentz and Max D is going to the final round to match up against Adam Anderson and Gravedigger. Just some pictures here. Then we're going to get to the final round of racing. It is time for the final round of racing here in Orlando, Florida, 2016. Tom Mentz and Max D taking on Adam Anderson and Gravedigger, two amazing drivers who have made their name known in the sport of Monster Jam and households country and worldwide. They are ready to battle it out here in Orlando for that points championship lead. They are lining up, getting ready for the green. They're both staged. Here we go. Final round racing in Orlando. Adam Anderson with an edge after the first turn. But we know that Tom Mentz can come back very well. But it looks to be all Adam Anderson right now, heading to that final turn. Tom Mentz goes a little bit too tight into the turn. Tom Mentz is going to be flipping over. Adam Anderson wins racing in Orlando, and Tom Mentz is still giving these fans a good performance. He's going to cross the line so we can get his points, bumping into Gravedigger. What an amazing racing competition. Tom Mentz and Max D is not going to win. Adam Anderson is going to walk away victorious as your racing champion. But next up, the pinnacle of the Monster Jam event, the freestyle competition. Now kicking off the freestyle competition, we have Jim Kohler and Avenger. Jim Kohler, we know, loves to go big. I guess we're going to be just cutting through a little bit here. Nice air. Jim Kohler starting to get some bigger. Oh, but he broke something in the rear end. Oh boy, that truck is not okay. I think he broke the rear drive line. Yeah, that rear steer is going every which way, but he's still throwing it into a donut, trying to make the best of a bad situation. Rear steers is going all over the place. Jim Kohler's not giving up yet, though. Still fighting and walking a wheelie along the top of that pad.
Listen, you can go ahead, man.
Still getting some nice air, though. That's what you gotta do to try to start off the show. Just battle it and see what you can do. Going in reverse, trying to do whatever he can to give the fans a good show. As they all want to see some big air out of Avenger, and he's really trying, and he just completely destroyed. He just destroyed that line. It's going to be a 26 for Avenger. We're not going to be seeing King Crunch, I suppose. It's going to be a 12 for King Crunch. That's, I guess, why we are not seeing it. Next out is War Wizard, driven by Shane Freed. Shane Free did not have a very long tenure in Monster Jam, but he did the best that he could in his short time in the sport. It seems like he has no right power at all in this truck. I'm not quite sure what's wrong with it. Tough break, it's going to be an 8 for War Wizard. He is really trying to figure this truck out. He's just going to go back and park it.
Holding up their iPads. We'll drop the high and low and grab a total of 8 for Willie. Are you ready for freestyle?
Next up in the freestyle competition, we are going to have Steven Sims in Pirate's Curse. Looking to do better than what he did in the donut competition after just having a tough break. Steven Sims is always one of the top drivers in the sport, but this was his very first year driving this Pirate's Curse truck after driving hooks for a few years. Nice air. Oh boy! Pirate's Curse again! Ending up on its lid. It's a 15. Next out onto the track to try to do something here is Chad Fortune in Soldier Fortune. Looking to leave his mark here on this course. The 26 is the score to beat by Jim Kohler and Avenger. Chad Fortune back in 2016 was really having a solid year. I still believe that 2018 was the best year he's had ever, though. A little windy out in Orlando. I think it's interesting how a lot of these trucks are running those MagnaFlow collectors instead of the ones that they have now that are a little longer. Definitely makes the truck sound a little bit better. I'm also really intrigued by this coloration of the track. It's one side's yellow, one side's green. And nobody's going for the backflip yet. I wonder if Chad Fortune will have that in his sights. Getting some nice air, possibly the biggest air of the night so far out of Chad Fortune. A lot of people are walking in the way of the camera because the intermission somewhat just ended. It's slowing down a little bit more now, though. Nice air. He might not have as much left side power as he does right, though, because this truck's leaning a little bit. Oh, the engine pops. That could spell the end of the run for Soldier Fortune. We'll see if he can refire. He cannot. It's going to be a 26 for Soldier Fortune. Next up is Michael Vaughters Jr. in Overkill Evolution. Nice air off the bat, trying to announce his presence. He is at this time, your current reigning freestyle champion as well. So he's definitely got a lot on his shoulders. Really great quality video as well. Michael Vaughters Jr. is always in my mind. I've always liked Michael Vaughters Jr. the way that he drives, but I feel like I've kind of underestimated him and underrated him a little bit because I believe that he didn't deserve to win in 2015. But he always has been a really great freestyler, and I really have to commend him for that, for being one of the top freestylers in the sport consistently. He always seems to be able to put down a really good freestyle show whenever he's out on the track. He's always got some really nice air too. Oh boy, lining up for some big air. Kind of let off a little bit at the end there though, however, which is why that wasn't as big as you would have liked. But still, really sending it. That's a really hard impact on the back right that completely destroyed the rear right wheel. That might spell the end of the run for Overkill Evolution as well, and it will. Into 31 though, your new leader. Next up is Steve Sims and Stone Crusher. Steve has always been known to put up really good freestyles. However, he always seems to end up in the middle of the pack. This is back when the drivers came out in reverse order of how they finished the previous show. So if you finished last, you come out first. If you finished in first, you come out last. I like that concept, and I like that they still do that. However, you wouldn't really know that in my commentaries anymore because I don't really do that for the regular stadium shows. I just kind of put it in their order of how they finished to give you guys the best show that you can see in the commentary. Orlando was always a fun show, though. It always gave a lot of great moments. Putting together a solid run like Steve Sims always does. You can rely on him to put together a really good show. And a nice transfer into a slap wheelie and just keeping the flow of his run up. Very impressive run by Steve Sims, keeping the fans engaged. And a nice brake check as well. And that will be the end of the run. It's a 27 for Stone Crusher. Not enough for the lead, but a very good run for Steve Sims. So Black Stallion is also not shown in this video. Matt Cody got a score of a 17. Next up is Monster Mutt Junkyard Dog and Dustin Brown. One of his first shows in this beautiful Junkyard Dog truck that I wish they'd bring back. I always loved this truck. It kept the old retro Monster Mutt body style intact. It was just a cool truck. I still think it's very interesting that almost all these trucks have those MagnaFlow collectors on. Putting together a solid run so far. He needs to get a little bit bigger air and maybe a nice wow moment though if he wants to take the lead. Overkill Evolution had a solid run with a lot of big air. Nice air, his biggest air of the run so far, on two wheels, and a nice save out of Monster Mutt Junkyard Dog, but oh boy, he continues to be on the ragged edge and it ends up putting him on his lid. But a 27 for Monster Mutt Junkyard Dog, a good run out of this dog. He ends up on his lid, but he put up a great fight, does not put him in the lead though, so Dustin Brown got to stay in the back of the pack for right now. But next up is Brutus, driven by Brad Allen. I believe this was Brad Allen's very first year in Brutus as well. Hoping to be off to a good start in his driving career. He began competing back in 2010, but I believe this is the first time that he actually drove this truck full-time in a tour. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Still have yet to see a backflip. Not sure if Brad Allen will probably try it. I don't really think he will, but oh boy, a crooked hit, but he still lands nicely on the cars and keeps the truck on all four BKT tires. Run is winding down just a little bit. A lot of sky wheelies in this run too. He has now entered bonus time. And it looks like it's donut time out of the mutt from Team Scream. Getting into some cyclones. A solid showing right now out of Brad Allen. He's got to pick up the pace just a little bit more if he would like to walk away with a win today. Brought out of the pound for this freestyle run. He really wants to go big to finish off the run. Give the fans something to remember from this Brutus freestyle. And that will be it. The time is up. Brad Allen's got to be happy about that showing. It's only going to be a 24, but still a good run for Brad Allen. Next up is Hooked, driven by Brian Wright. This is his first year full-time of driving Hooked. He was a part of Mopar Magic before this. Back when Steve Sims Motorsports is really hitting its prime. This is a little after that, though. They had a lot of trucks running at one point, but now it's dwindled down to just a select few, but they've still managed to keep themselves, they've kept themselves pretty relevant by the way that they drive. Especially Brian Wright nowadays is really picking up the pace and is getting a lot of good freestyle action, and I think the increased seat time is definitely benefiting his driving. His time is rounding up. But he's still keeping this truck going. He's fighting along through this run. Again, like I said a few weeks ago, now in 2018, this second quarter was filled with trucks who just flipped over early. You look at this show, nobody's braking early. Most of the drivers are finishing their run. That's what I'm talking about having a consistent show. We really didn't have that at all in the second quarter of the Monster Jam season. Hopefully 2019 will bring something different. Throwing it into a donut to wrap up his run with a nice little bow. It's a 26 for Hooked. Next up is El Toro Loco, driven by Becky McDonough. Hope you guys all have a happy and a safe New Year. Well, New Year's Day. I'm going to try to do some single run commentaries from now until the break is over on Tuesday. Tuesday will be the last day of winter break, so I'm going to try to do some single run commentaries in the meantime. Oh boy, Becky on 2 wheels, but she's still going with a nice little save and powering right through past that backflip ramp that nobody has hit yet. You might have seen that hot seat sitting in the stands. I always liked how they would have the hot seats right in the stands in front of the fans. It was always cool to be able to just watch your favorite driver sit in the hot seat. Might be having some truck issues though after that little save because this truck seems to not be running as fluidly as it was. Or maybe not, it's just the way that Becky's driving, I don't know. Okay, I guess that's going to be it. Becky McDonough's done it for 26, but next up, Monster Energy, Damon Bradshaw, the guy we know loves to go sky high in this beautiful Monster Energy machine. You better watch out when you're in the hot seat when Damon Bradshaw is out there. You better be ready for a fight. As Damon Bradshaw is not going to give you an inch. Getting really big air. Nice air. Damon Bradshaw keeping the fans on their feet with some really nice hang time. Oh, wow. The biggest air of the night out of Damon Bradshaw. But no! He's going over. Can he pull it through? He cannot. It's going to be a 27 for Monster Energy. Tough break for Damon Bradshaw. So next up, we have Lindsey Wink in the Lucas Oil Crusader. 3 trucks remain. It's Crusader, Gravedigger, and Max D. Again, not necessarily in that exact order. Again, nobody's hit the backflip, but you know that Lindsey Wink always has that backflip in his sights for his freestyles, so we'll see if he goes for it. Oh, he's heading down to the end of the track. Looks like he's going for the backflip ramp. Lindsey Wink going for the first backflip of the night. He landed. It was a very hard impact on the back 2 wheels. But he's still going and the truck is alive. Lindsey Wink can always be counted on to put together a good run. Wow, really nice air. Lindsey Wink turning it up in bonus time. The time is up. A very good run for Crusader. It's a 28 for Lindsey Wink in the Lucas Oil Powered Beast. But next up, we have Tom Menton, Max D, then Adam Anderson and Gravedigger will wrap it up here in this great show. It's been good so far. But I have a feeling that one of these last 2 guys is going to walk away with this victory because Michael Vaughters Jr. is still sitting in that hot seat. And these last 2 guys need to do something to pull him out of it. Tom Men's trying to hype up the crowd. As usual, lining up for some big air to start off in the center of the track. And he is off. Huge air right off the bat for Max D out of Paxton, Illinois. Getting some really huge air already. Oh boy, he almost just went to a moonwalk, but a little bit of an awkward landing, but the truck is still firing on all cylinders. Oh boy! Oh! Wow! Tom Mentz just did a complete pirouette somersault. I think we found our new leader. The truck's shot, but they shut him off. We'll see if they let him refire. He's still got more time to run. Hopefully they'll let him keep going. They let him refire. Max D is ready to finish tearing it up on this track. Oh my goodness, massive air out of Max D. And all that's left is a nose. I miss when Tom Mentz would just go off like an absolute madman like this. Oh boy. Tom Mentz is tearing it up. Holy cow! Oh boy, he destroyed the front axle. The truck is shot, but he's still not giving up yet. If you don't like Monster Jam after watching that run, then there's something wrong with you. It's a 38 for Max D. Killer. Killer's really all you could say about that run. But Adam Anderson and Gravedigger, who is coming in as the defending freestyle winner from the previous show, looking to double it up. He won racing as well, so he can double down. And you know that Adam's got that in his sights, and he would like nothing less than to knock Tom Mentz out of the hot seat. But he's got to beat a 38, which is not easy. He's got to get a very high score in regulation and a nice bonus score. But he seems to be having some transmission issues at the beginning of his run. Oh my goodness! Just shot the hood of that car straight up in the air. But Adam is battling in true Anderson style! Oh boy! And the truck's on its lid! A 26 for Gravedigger, a tough break, but as you see right here, the upcoming commentary schedule, everything is getting in place. We have 2 more weeks of commentaries, and then we will be in the Monster Jam 2019 season. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's